There comes a day when you stop waiting for someone to understand you because you finally realize they never were going to. The hardest truth you'll ever accept isn't that life is unfair. It's that the world doesn't celebrate effort. It celebrates results. Nobody asks how many nights you stayed awake. Nobody asks how many times you failed in silence. Nobody asks how many tears you wiped away before smiling in public. They only ask one question. Did you make it? And if the answer is no, the room gets quiet. The messages stop. The invitations disappear. The same people who once said, keep trying, slowly stop asking how you're doing. Not because they hate you, but because people naturally pay attention to outcomes. That's painful. But it's also one of the most freeing truths you'll ever discover, because the moment you stop expecting applause, you become dangerous. Think about your own life. How many ideas did you kill because someone laughed? How many dreams did you hide because someone called them unrealistic? How many times did you decide not to post that video? Not to start that business, not to enter that competition, simply because you were afraid of what people would think. Here's the irony. Those same people aren't even thinking about you. They're busy worrying about what others think of them. The prison you live in exists only inside your own mind. Every successful person has eaten alone. Every champion has trained when nobody was watching. Every entrepreneur has stared at an empty bank account. Every artist has created masterpieces that nobody noticed. Before success becomes public, it is always private. Before the spotlight, there is darkness. Before the applause, there is silence. And that's where most people quit. Not because they're incapable, because they mistake silence for failure. They think, if nobody believes in me, maybe I'm not good enough. No, silence is not rejection. Silence is the price of becoming extraordinary. Look at a seed. When it's buried underground, does anyone clap? Does anyone celebrate? No, because growth is invisible. For weeks, nothing happens above the surface. People walk over it, ignore it, forget it exists. But underground, roots are expanding. Strength is building. Preparation is happening. Then one day, without asking anyone's permission, it breaks through the surface. Success works exactly the same way. Your discipline is invisible. Your sacrifices are invisible. Your progress is invisible until one day they become impossible to ignore. People will suddenly say, "You're so lucky." Lucky? They didn't see the mornings you woke up before sunrise. They didn't see you studying while everyone else was scrolling. They didn't see you practicing after everyone else went home. Luck is what hard work looks like to people who weren't there. Here's another truth that nobody likes hearing. Most people don't actually want you to fail. They just don't expect you to succeed. There's a difference. When you tell someone you have a big dream, they smile politely. Not because they believe you, because they've heard dreams before. Dreams are common. Execution is rare. Ideas are cheap. Consistency is expensive. Anyone can feel motivated on Monday. Very few stay committed on Friday. Even fewer stay committed 6 months later. And almost nobody keeps going for years. Without recognition, that's why winners are rare. Not because talent is rare, because endurance is. Every day you keep showing up. Without applause, you separate yourself from thousands of people who already gave up. Read that again. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is usually just one more day of refusing to quit. Think about the gym, the first day. Nobody notices. After 1 week, nobody notices. After 1 month, maybe you notice. After 1 year, everybody notices, but they only see the body. They never see the discipline that built it. Results make noise. Discipline whispers, and whispers are ignored until they become impossible to silence. That's why you must stop performing for attention. Stop posting every plan. Stop announcing every goal. Stop seeking validation before you've earned results. Move quietly. Build relentlessly. Let your success become your introduction. Because confidence isn't walking into a room telling everyone you'll become great. Confidence is walking into a room knowing you don't need to tell anyone. Your work will speak for you. And here's the beautiful part. The same silence that hurts you today will protect you tomorrow. Because while everyone else is distracted by proving themselves, you'll be too busy becoming yourself. The world changes its opinion very quickly. Yesterday, they ignored you. Tomorrow, they'll ask for your advice. Yesterday, they doubted your dream. Tomorrow, they'll call you an inspiration. Yesterday, you were invisible. Tomorrow, people will say, I always knew you'd make it. No, they didn't. Success has a strange way of rewriting people's memories, but by then, it won't matter. Because you'll finally understand something priceless. You were never working for your pride. You were working for your freedom, and freedom begins the moment you stop needing permission to chase your own potential. But there's one final lesson. The lesson that separates people who dream from people who leave a legacy. And once you understand it, you'll never look at failure the same way again. The truth is, failure doesn't destroy people. What destroys people is the story they tell themselves after they fail. One mistake, and suddenly they whisper, maybe I'm not smart enough. One rejection, and they convince themselves, maybe I'm not meant for this. One bad month, and they abandon a dream that deserved 10 years. Think about that. A decision made in one emotional moment can steal a future that was waiting just one more step ahead. The greatest tragedy isn't losing. The greatest tragedy is quitting. Right before life was about to change. Because success rarely announces its arrival. It doesn't knock on your door and say, congratulations, tomorrow everything gets better. No, it tests you first, again, and again, and again. It waits to see if you'll keep moving, even when there's no evidence that it's working, because that's what faith really is. Not believing after you see results, believing before there are. Look around. A construction site looks like chaos, bricks everywhere, dust everywhere, broken concrete. If you judge it too early, you call it a disaster. But the architect sees something different. He sees the finished building. That's exactly how your life feels today. Maybe it looks messy. Maybe everything feels delayed. Maybe nothing is going according to plan. But don't confuse construction with destruction. Sometimes your life isn't falling apart. It's being rebuilt. And rebuilding always looks ugly before it looks beautiful. Here's something nobody teaches you. Loneliness
I have a
is
dream,
part of greatness.
that's all I need.
Not because success
I'll make it happen with some work and
because
belief.
purpose
Know what I
changes
want,
your priorities.
so I'll take it on.
While
I'll make mistakes, but
we
mistakes
arrive at
make
the
you strong.
Most
Let's break
people
it down for a
never reach,
minute.
not
I want
because
the
they
crown,
aren't
go
capable,
get it. You hear
but
me
because
loud
they
and I'm
gave up
winning.
5
Just try to
minutes
see
before
what
the
we
sun
grinning.
rises.
These ladies know
You
that
never
I'm
know.
sinning, and this is just the
Darkest hour
beginning. I'm closing in and I'm
comes just
getting there.
before
Ain't no
dawn.
point in resisting.
Life
Living
forces
life like a dream.
right
Baby,
before you
right,
break.
that's the thing. Every night
Everything
got a
you're trying
team.
to
I've
reach
been tied
to
to
stop.
the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming. Okay, it's a dream.
wonder
And
if
I
all
pray
the sacrifices
one
weren't worth it.
day it'd be
And
me.
that's the
If I
moment.
want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay. I just visit, have no shame.
Champions are built on the mornings when the alarm
to see if
and no one
I
is
suck,
the
see
evenings
to
when
see
your
if
body is
I
exhausted. But but your purpose
They're
refuses
looking
to see.
up
The weekends
to
when
me.
everyone
They want the
chooses
best of
comfort
me now,
and
best
you
of me
choose
now,
one more
best
hour
of me
of growth.
now, best of me. They
Those
want the
moments don't
best
look
of me
special,
now,
but they are.
best of me
Because
now,
greatness
best of
isn't
me
created in
now,
escape.
best of
It's
me.
created in intimacy. It's created when nobody is watching, when no camera is recording, when no one is posting about your effort. That's where character is born. Because character is what you do. The flaws don't decide. One day, you'll wake up and realize you're no longer the same person. Not because life changed, because you became stronger.
I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it on, you got one life to pop. Thinking big, think small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get it done, you ready to take it on. Need a hand out, I already stand out. It's starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Before it becomes a brand now, feeling in command now. They're looking to see if I succeed, to see if I
it would probably think it was being destroyed, but the blacksmith knows
they want the
he isn't
best of
destroying.
me now,
He's
best of
revealing
me
its strength.
now, best of
Maybe
me
that's
now,
exactly what's
best of
happening.
me. They want the
Maybe this
best of
season of
me
your
now,
life
best
isn't
of
meant to
me
break you.
now,
It's meant
best
to
of me
build
now,
someone.
best of me.
Your younger self would be proud. So stop asking, why is this happening? Start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That one question can change your entire life. Because the people who win aren't always the most talented. They aren't always the smartest. They aren't always the luckiest. They're simply the ones who refuse to stop. While others search for excuses, they searched for another attempt. While others waited for motivation, they created habits. While others complained about time, they invested it. That's why success eventually found them. Not because they chased success, because they became the kind of person success couldn't ignore. And one day, the same people who laughed will ask, how did you do it? The same people who disappeared will suddenly remember your number. The same people who doubted your dream will tell others they always believed in you. Smile. Don't be angry. Don't seek revenge. Don't waste energy proving anyone wrong, because the greatest revenge is building a life that no longer needs anyone's approval. Remember, money changes your lifestyle. Discipline changes your life. Fame changes how strangers see you. Character changes who you become. Winning isn't just about having more, it's about becoming more patient, more focused, more resilient, more grateful. Because if success only changes your bank account, you won half the battle. If it changes your mindset, you've won forever. So if you're watching this today, feeling behind, feeling ignored, feeling like no one believes in you, listen carefully. You don't need the world's permission. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need everyone to clap for you. You only need one decision to get up again, one decision to keep learning, one decision to keep showing up, even when no one notices, because one day they will. Not because you ask them to, because your results will speak so loudly that your excuses never get the chance to. And when that day comes, don't forget these lonely nights. Don't forget the silent mornings. Don't forget the version of yourself who kept going with nothing except hope. Because that person is the real hero of your story. So let them doubt you. Let them ignore you. Let them underestimate you. Let them walk away. Every second they spend doubting you is another second you can spend becoming unstoppable. Because in the end, the world has always worked the same way. Nobody cares until you win. So stop waiting. Stop explaining. Stop announcing. Start building. Build so relentlessly that one day your success introduces you before you even say your name. Now close this video. Put the phone down. Take one step, just one, toward the life you've been dreaming about. Because years from now, you'll either remember this as just another motivational video, or you'll remember it as the day you finally decided to become the person you were born to be. Your future is watching. Make today impossible to forget.